Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Tokyo Reds. We are Liverpool fans based in the land of the rising sun, and today it's a little bit gloomy, a little bit cloudy, a little bit grey, but we're outside Shinjuku Station, which I believe is the biggest station on earth, which is pretty awesome. Very, very busy during rush hour, and it's very confusing when you first get here as well. I got lost in the station millions of times.
About 700 exits, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. I think it's like 17 million, I think, something like that. So yeah, if you want to know more about the station, check it out in the description below. So yeah, we played Southampton. We didn't win. It was 0-0. Very frustrating game. Very frustrating game. I'm sure if you've watched it, you'll agree. Liverpool had buckets of chances, lots of possession. 4 shots, a great game. We just missed so many good chances. Tom, your thoughts overall?
I'm disappointed. Obviously I'm disappointed because we created the chances, but I guess to look at positives, we went there, we completely dominated a side that beat us last year. We've got a bit of a dodgy record at Southampton, so a point isn't bad. We remain unbeaten, but I still feel like we should have won it.
Unbeaten?
Unbeaten since Burnley. Sorry.
Since Burnley, yeah, sorry. Just stop confusion in your comment section. John, your thoughts?
Yeah, it was just frustrating, wasn't it? Because we didn't really do anything wrong. We stuck to our game plan and it just wasn't working. It was working, but with football you need a bit of luck, and we just didn't have any of it that day. So that's what happens.
No, it is true. Tom, do you think that, obviously this game came after the international break? Do you think that affected our rhythm in any way? Maybe the players were a bit fatigued or whatever?
I think fatigued, but also the fact they've been broken up. They've gone on international duty, so their training's probably been a bit different. They've had to adjust to different tactics. England's tactics are just incredible, aren't they? But I think it did disrupt us. We just won 6-1 against Watford 2 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden players go apart. Obviously we were missing Lallana, gutted about that. It did disrupt us. But yeah, it's just disappointing we didn't win. We still, in my opinion, we should have won. We really should have taken those chances.
No, fair enough. Do you think, obviously, what happens is Liverpool don't win and the internet goes mental. Is there actually a legitimate cause for concern, John, or do you think or should you give credit to Southampton, or was it just one of those days? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to be honest, it was a Fontaine Van Dijk. Van Dijk. They were,
Maybe,
yeah. Well, either one of them is man of the match for me. They had an outstanding game, especially that Van Dijk. He was unbelievable. But yeah, credit to Swansea, credit to Southampton. Yeah, they played really, really well. Well, not well, but they stuck to their game plan. Did well. I think just like Tom was saying, you could see the fatigue, especially in Coutinho. By the end of that game, it looked like he was walking. And if I'm going to be honest, I think he should have come off for Sturridge or something a bit earlier. But we'll come to that later, I suppose.
Yeah, no, fair enough. You kind of touched on it a little bit, Tom. But what were the big positives to take out of it?
Oh, I would say clean sheet. Clean sheet, definitely. We are still creating the chances. Okay, we didn't score. It was one of those days, but we are still creating the chances. And I'm looking at, I think we still work very well together. It's a one-off. Big positive for me was the defence as well. Just the way at no point did we seem threatened at the back. We didn't look shaky at all. But as we were saying, Liverpool keep clean sheets, we don't win. We always draw instead. But there were lots of positives. And I mean, obviously, a gutted Firmino's miss, but I can't really slate any player. I think everyone had a reasonable game as well, especially at the back.
Well, that's it. I mean, I thought that Karius could have just set up a deck chair in a goal, just sat there and watched the game, really, because he didn't have anything to do. The defence were absolutely solid as. But like you say, I'm sick of this kind of, Liverpool got a bad defence. I don't care about the defence. I care about scoring goals. I care about winning games. You know what I mean? Like when we keep clean sheets, we don't win. So jibbed clean sheets, not into them. So there we go. So a lot of kind of criticism has been aimed at Klopp in this game about his subs. Obviously Sturridge and Origi came on, but quite late into the game. Do you think, did he bring him on too late, or would it make any difference, do you think?
No, I don't really think, because the thing I think one of our positives, and I give Klopp credit for, is that we didn't change our tactics at all. And and eventually, like towards the end of the game, they were starting to work. We had more and more chances as we were breaking them down easier. But yeah, I just think maybe 70th minute they should have been on, because obviously there was something that just wasn't working. But then when you bring on Sturridge and Origi, the tactics change a little bit, right? Because they're more like static players. They kind of stick to one position. So I can understand why he brought them on a bit late.
Yeah, for me, I was thinking like bring Origi on. At the end of the day, he scored a hat-trick there last season, like albeit in the League Cup. And it could have caused them a lot of problems. Yeah, it's frustrating, but there we go. But yeah, okay, fair enough. It's kind of a annoying game, but yeah, what's done is done. So, Tom, who's your man of the match?
For me, it's got to be Matip. I thought he was excellent, so solid. He was winning. He's winning every header, tackles. He's really solid. I feel very safe for him at the back. Not man of the match, but I will give a shout to Lovren, because he was getting it from the crowd even before he kicked the ball. During the warm-up, he's getting it. And yeah, I will say well done to Lovren. He's come on lot, but for me, it's got to be Matip. Yeah, just so solid. I couldn't fault him. I couldn't fault him once in that game.
Yeah, no, I was going to go with Matip. I thought he was amazing, really, really solid. He's been, like, a lot has been said about Mane being a signing of the season, but I actually, Matip has been absolutely outstanding. Apart from Matip, Firmino, he misses a big chance, obviously, but so did most people. But I just thought, yeah, he just kept us kind of pressing them and kept them back into their half, and they literally stayed in their own half in the second half. Do you know what I mean, John?
To be honest, it was a pretty mediocre performance. Not just because we didn't score, but it was kind of subpar to how we've been playing recently. But I'd actually go for Henderson. It was a very kind of unselfish performance for Henderson, because how far back he actually plays. I didn't really notice it in this game, because he plays almost in between Lovren and Matip, doesn't he? And and he's really good at like controlling that midfield. Getting Wijnaldum and Chan to go like their ways. And I just thought he didn't have a bad game. Sorry, the team didn't have a bad game, but no one had a good game really. So I'll go Henderson.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, there was, in attacking sense, there wasn't like that many outstanding players, to be fair. I think, like, for me, the game was what it was. Like on another day we score 3. Like we were never in trouble of losing it. Like, so that's, as you say, it is a positive, and we have to move on. Like it's not too bad.
I think as well we should give credit where it's due. Southampton played quite well, and they really took Coutinho out the game. If that's the one criticism of Coutinho, is that he doesn't really have that strength. I mean, like if you moulded him and him and Firmino had a kid, it'd be like the perfect football player. But so his strength isn't his strength, but so they really exploited that, and they did knock him around a bit and kind of took him out the game a little bit.
No, yeah. Full credit to Southampton. I thought they were really, really good on the day. So there we are. So So in other news, because the game was pretty shite, Steven Gerrard, he left LA Galaxy. There's a lot of speculation whether or not he'll go to MK Dons. Have tried to get him as manager. Maybe he'll go to Celtic, play under Brendan Rodgers. There's talk of him going to Inter Milan and Newcastle as well. And of course there's talk of him coming back to Liverpool. Tom, where do you think Stevie's going to end up going?
For some reason right now, I think it's going to be MK Dons, but in my...
Really?
All the talk...
As manager?
I know it's not, so I keep on hearing that, but I want him to come back to Liverpool. Yeah. I want him to come play a coach, or actually, maybe coach next year, just come back, just be part of the squad. So 1 point off the top. If there's any chance of us winning, I think he needs 10 appearances. I think Arsenal did it in the Invincible year, where they had Keown come on as sub. Like he'd come on like 90th minute, but with Gerrard, I mean, actually not even just come on as sub. You were saying earlier, he could do something for us at centre back. He's still got a great shot. He's got a great delivery. Very intelligent player. Obviously his legs are gone a bit, but he could definitely play a role.
Yeah, no, I see. I do think he could do something at centre back. I think if Lucas can do it, then why not Steven Gerrard? You know what I mean? You could play him in goal; he'd be meant like. John, what about yourself?
Yeah, you know, I think I'd like him to come back. You know, after all, it was the fourth most played Premier League player of all time. 710 games, was it? So you know, like the amount of experience he has, maybe not in a playing sense, but even for like the young ones coming up, you know, if you can coach them, if you're getting coached by arguably the best midfielder the Premier League's ever saw, you know, then you know that how it's going to work wonders for like Grujic and stuff like that, and even like the even younger ones. And if he can play, you know, he can still do that holding role probably pretty well. Although I think our like strength is our speed, and he doesn't bring that. So maybe like you said, even if it was like centre back or, but yeah, fuck it, put him in goal. It's not like the goalkeeper's got anything to do, is it, these days? So
yeah, I for me the only role for him would be centre back, because as you say, the midfield, he hasn't got. I just don't think he's got the energy that you need for our style at all. But yeah, no, I'd love to see him back. Obviously, I think he'd be great as a youth coach, which is what is, I think, most likely going to happen. Yeah, I could see him going to Celtic or Inter for one last paycheck, to be fair. But he said to the club he'll come back if there's a meaningful role and not a symbolic one. So I do think that him and Steve Highway teaching the kids is going to be that's a good combination. Do you know what I mean? So there we are.
I think as well, it must be pretty difficult because he's a Liverpool fan, so he probably just wants to play every game, you know, because he's spent pretty much all his life just playing those games, and just to be put on the bench or just to be a back row, it must be difficult, you know.
No, I think that's a very good point. So yeah, let us know what you think. Where will Steven Gerrard end up? Let us know in the comment section below. And what did you think of the Southampton game? Who was your man of the match? And if you enjoyed the video today, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, check out our Facebook page and Twitter. Follow us and like us on there. And yeah, all the information will be scrolling up and down. And yeah, we'll see you for the preview for the Sunderland game. Nice one. See you later. Bye bye.